Defect Spec, doubleheader.
Defects, what is up? You're in store for a double header of defects back today. Before we give you our first 4 picks, guys, after this video, you're going to go down to my man Newbie's channel and watch the second 4 picks. Newbie, say what's up, brother.
What's up, Defects? Welcome to the Newbie-verse. Let's get the show started.
That's it, guys. But before we get into that, Matt, why don't you tell them about our partners?
Yeah, guys, you know, if you've been here before, we're talking about Express Comic Book Pressing, your presser's presser, guys. Erod's going to hook your books up. Use code DEFECTS10, gets you 10% off. And of course, we got Mutant Beaver Comics, guys. Canada's #1 online comic shop. Use code DEFECTS10, get yourself 10% off. Tell them the Defects sent you.
So, guys, let's get into some picks. All right, Defects, you know we have somewhat manners around here, so we're going to let our guest Newbie go first.
All right, guys, so my first pick is Spider-Man 234, Volume 2. This is the first appearance of the Iron Spider, which is Miles Morales' uncle. However, it is also the first appearance of the Sinister Six, the new one. Now, as I'm going through, you know, reading all these books and seeing how the Spider-Man stuff is going to be played out, I'm not on board with them kind of getting the original Sinister Six. So I'm kind of leaning towards this being a possibility, seeing how big Miles Morales is, seeing how successful the first movie was and how many enemies he had in it. I can totally see them doing this. I can totally see them bringing in Miles Morales' dad again, or his uncle rather, again. Look on the census as well, man. There is not a lot, like a 9.8s. There's only 39 of them. Yours truly has one. They're still cheap. I think I paid $65 US for a 9.8 copy back in October. So these copies are out there. There's also another variant, but this one gets slept on. This one gets passed up a lot. A lot of people don't know what they're coming to when they see this book in bins.
Yeah, I love it, man. First appearance, first cover, right? That's a big part of it too. So great pick, Newbie.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said that. Because we don't know. There's going to be a Sinister Six, but who's going to be a leader, right? Because in this one, Iron Spider is the leader of this one, Aaron Davis. So I like where your head's at. It's a relatively cheap book still, like you said. So why not have it in the collection just in case? I like it.
All right, guys. So my first book up, Ghost Rider #2, Volume 2, June of 1990, when I was probably in the prime of my collecting as a kid. Written by Howard Mackey and art by Javier Saltorres. Guys, this is the first appearance of Blackout. And the hashtag show last week, writer Nick Santos announced that there was going to be a Midnight Suns movie. He didn't have many plot details as he said they were scarce, but he can exclusively share that Blackout will be the primary villain in the Midnight Suns movie. So, guys, everyone's grabbing those Ghost Rider 28s and 31s. This is a book you want to grab on the cheap right now, right? So you get that first print and that one from June of 1990. But guys, there's a Legends reprint out there that was printed in 2020, and it came with the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider figure. Matt, if you could pull that up, you could see the comic book right behind there, guys. There is a scarce amount of copies on eBay of this reprint. It is extremely hard to find in good condition. And this is actually a second print. It was reprinted 10 years later, but it is considered a second print and has an extremely, extremely low print run. So we're expecting to see Blackout. This is the book you want to grab, guys.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, and a lot of people probably have these in their collections already. And again, we know rumors can be, you know, this is a great one. It just happened, right? But it's a relatively cheap book. You know, right now you could find this thing. I'm sure if you go on eBay when you're watching this, you could find this for cheap. And I'm sure you're going to come across it in backbin. So again, this is kind of one of those books that it's like, hey, the rumors are true. It's going to pay off in the long run. So this is definitely something I would grab.
This is definitely a great pick. This is definitely in back issue bins. It was just a matter of time before Ghost Rider Midnight Suns was going to pop off. Even 28 and 31, they were like $1 to $2. This one, same thing. Get them while they're there. Jay, I've seen that reprint and I've seen that action figure in one of my shops. So once I'm out of lockdown, I might have to make a trip.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why it's so hard to get in a good condition, because it did come with that action figure. And you know, kids are flipping through those books. So it is a scarce copy, guys. So if you could find it, I say if you find it in any condition, just pick it up, because investment-wise, it's going to pay off in the long run.
100%.
So guys, remember that the second 4 picks, or maybe you're watching this one second, but the other 4 picks that we have are going to be over on Newbie's channel. So when you're finished watching here, click on the link in the description and go watch us pick 4 more books over on his channel.
All right, guys. So my next pick is Infamous Iron Man #1. And if you know anything about Newbie, it is that I am a big Iron Man fan. This book is, I believe, going to be crazy. So you got the first appearance of, well, you got 2 first appearances. You got the first appearance of Tony Stark as AI, or AI Tony Stark. And then you also have the first appearance of Dr. Doom as Iron Man. My belief is that this book is going to go nuts. They're really tough to get in 9.8. On the CGC census, there's only 23 of them, 3 of them in the Signature Series. I own 2. They're out there for like $5 to $6. If you check eBay, still affordable. You're talking about $30 Canadian. Definitely a book I would grab. You got to think that these characters, like your Thor, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Tony Stark, they're not going to be eliminated, even though Tony Stark is dead. I do think that he's going to have a role with, say, Riri or just reoccurring. This is a perfect way to bring him in. There's dollars there to be made. The second book right there is the 1 in 25 ratio. I only bring this one up because I know so many people that have passed up on this one. I own 2, and I've seen people right beside me go through those bins, not even realize that this is the 1 in 25. So make sure you guys familiarize yourself with this book, because it is in bins.
Yeah, great pick, Newbie. If you're a Doom fan, you got to grab this. If you are an Iron Man fan, you got to grab this. And just like Newbie said, it's only a matter of time before we hear Robert Downey Jr.'s voice, either directing Riri or helping her out as like a Jarvis type of role. So I could definitely see him coming back as this AI character. Great pick, man.
And I love the point Newbie brought up, the fact on both books, or maybe even all 3, that he owns these books, right? When we do these spec shows, guys, these are books that we're buying, okay? Not selling. We are actively buying them because we believe in them. Could it pan out? We hope they do. Well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So again, this is just us piecing things together, using research and details and little leaks here and there that we're getting that seem credible, that fit in with facts, and then we give them to you guys. So kind of, I guess that's a long way of saying invest at your own risk, but use your head, right? You got to use your brain. That's what we try to do here, and we try to cut out all the work for you. So we've been pretty good so far, I think. You know, I don't know. Maybe tell me if I'm wrong.
No, we've been good, guys. Again, it's books that we wouldn't point you in the wrong direction. Again, everything's by at your own risk, but this is what we're grabbing, guys, and this is what we're sharing with our viewers, man, because we care.
And I like this pick also. Because like Newbie, I think I have 2 or 3 of these as well. There's actually a hip hop variant of this as well that I have, which is pretty cool.
There is.
All right, last book. This is mine. All right, guys. So we have Mark Spector, Moon Knight, number 35. So this is a 2-for-1 special here, right? We got 2 books for the price of 1. So it's first Randall Spector. Okay, guys? We know Moon Knight is coming. That is a fact. Randall Spector is the brother of Moon Knight. Now, some people will say that Randall Spector first appeared in a Hulk magazine. It's like a magazine type book back in, I want to say, the 70s. That was retconned. In this issue, they tell you that was a plot set up by Randall Spector to make Mark think that he was dead. He was supposed to be the Hatchet Man. He ends up not being the Hatchet Man. So this is technically his official first appearance in comics as Randall Spector. He does not like Mark. He does not like Moon Knight. Okay, so he becomes the Shadow Knight, one of his more powerful villains. Now it's short-lived, but it's still his brother, and you just read the pieces, right? Read the tea leaves. It kind of fits. Okay, So in Mark Spector, Moon Knight number 36, a dope Punisher cover. You know, me and Jay are Punisher guys. This is a good Punisher storyline right here. The Shadow Knight, you know, Randall becomes the Shadow Knight. So I'm not going to sit here and say for 100% certainty that this character is going to appear in Moon Knight, in the Moon Knight series. We don't know if there's going to be 1 season, 2 season, but what I can tell you is that this is a new character. So they're going to start to build the universe around him, right? We've seen series from characters that their arc is on the way down. We haven't seen any series of characters with their arc on the way up yet, officially with the headline, right? We've seen Torres, but we don't know what's going to happen there, but he wasn't the headliner. The Miss Marvel, that's a headliner. Moon Knight, that's a headliner. So these characters are going to exist for a long time in the MCU. So expect their ancillary characters to start coming in. May not happen immediately, but these are 2 books that you definitely want to have in your bins, because there's a strong possibility you see Randall and possibly Shadow Knight. What do you guys think?
I love it, man. Not only that, like you said, awesome Punisher cover on that 36. And, you know, how are they going to do Mark Spector without his brother? He's definitely going to be mentioned or even possibly seen, guys. So great picks by everybody tonight.
Like you said, right? Why wouldn't they touch this? Family, you know, they can build it up whatever way they want. They don't necessarily have to follow the comics. And like you said, too, it's super cheap. Nobody was looking at this. I know that I was looking at this in the fall. They were in dollar bins. Like, I believe one of my shop owners gave me 2 for 1. These are definitely there. They're definitely hot. A lot of people might not even know what they are, because if you're going just through some books really quickly, that number 36 looks more of a Punisher than Moon Knight. And, you know, sometimes people just go through really quick and they just go, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. Now that it's, you know, right in front of us and things like that, people might notice it, but definitely in bins.
All right, Defects, that wraps up this episode of Defect Spec. But before you go anywhere, you want to click on the link below. That's going to take you to the other video over on Newbie's Comics, and it's going to have 4 more picks, 2 from Newbie, 2 from the Defects. So, guys, thanks for joining us as always. Newbie, thank you for coming along.
Hey, thanks so much, man. Had a lot of fun. Newbieverse out. Thank you. And Defects, thanks for tuning in.
There you go. So, on your way out, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you on the next Defect Spec.